Don't miss the spice. Every single person, animal, memory, situation, version of ourselves that comes into and out of our lives, our life stories, they really do make such a difference. They really do have such a I was gonna say such an impact, but they really it all matters so much more. It's kind of like ether, or the that field of Higgs bosons. How do you say it? Do you say boson or boson? Bossa Nova, Higgs Bossa Nova. Don't you love when you see a tiny little trail behind an aircraft? It's like that is either the cutest cloud or some sort of magical evening comet, some sort of Pacific Northwest Aurora Borealis. Sorry, some birds flew by and it was so cute. Or Pacific North, there's the Northern Lights, but the Pacific North, the Western Lights. No, but seriously though, what don't you love when you see? Oh, it's a plane, all right. I see the glimmer. It's beautiful because it is. I wish my camera person could zoom in on it for you, but don't you love when you see it? It is such a beautiful thing to see an airplane with a trail cloud. I don't know what they're called. You know, the plane comet tail behind it. And knowing that it's not something being sprayed, it truly is just glorious, somewhat natural evaporation. Just, you know, nothing too crazy. It does look very pretty right now because the sunset's catching it and making it glow pink above like a yellowish green up into blue above the silhouettes. Those Bob Ross brush strokes. Yeah, it's a very pretty sky. There are no streaks other than that tiny little blush streak. Last time I was here, it was so foggy. Oh boy. To be honest, I don't want to tell my story, and then I think, okay, well, where do I start? What angle do I take? What's your niche? What's your expertise? What do you bring to the table? What's your value? What do you bring to the table? What's your worth? Babe, I don't even know my new name yet. If the journey, if the experience, the privilege of becoming something, doing enough to creating enough to have and having something to show for it at the end of a certain amount of time, whether it's a book or a record or you know, some tangible art, some new character in a new story that you've become. You know, what are we saying? Something about Oh yeah. If that whole thing, if it's just a sort of rite of passage of somewhat humiliation ritual. Oh my gosh, I thought a trash can was a person creeping. If becoming something is somewhat a humiliation ritual, a test of authenticity, consistency, honestly, it's all so simple. The trick is overriding old patterns, old habits of self-sabotage. Patterns and habits isn't the right word. Being completely free of all past, old, collected, even long dormant viruses in your programming. Giving yourself a new start. Every day, every minute, every every time you do anything. Each new thing you do is like another sentence added to the book of your life, so little barking birds. Is there anything as beautiful? I don't celebrate quote unquote normal mainstream holidays of pretty much of any kind, really. It's even my own birthday is just another day, and because it's all the same day, and especially some of those holidays. Which ones actually are my personal New Year's Day was, for a long time, was May 1st because of Beltane, and that was a very special time in my life. Every year, the spring through the summer. Before that, I guess it was 4th of July, because it was tradition to do some sort of psychedelic and watch fireworks from a beautiful spot with friends. Holidays. Why am I saying holidays? So I don't celebrate holidays. Oh yeah. But I follow a lot of astrologers on the internet, and it's almost as though most weeks, and there's always something going on with the planets, the stars, our souls, the grand story of it all. especially with 2026, through 2027, 2028, and beyond. Oh my god. But today is January 18th, 2025, and it's a new moon in Capricorn. And it's a personal holiday for me. It feels more like a New Year's Eve. Today's kind of the New Year's Eve, or a birthday. I mean, it's going into just a lot is going to be happening, and I'm very grateful for this sunset. My glasses are so dirty. I hope it doesn't show up. I hope something shows up on the video. My life is very in tune with astrology. And, maybe that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, placebo effect to some people, but I have a deep appreciation for the way the planets can map out and teach us things. It's kind of like a map for, your story. It's the story and you're part of it, but also we all have so much say in how we are a part of it and what happens throughout it. Oh, the classic distinction between fate, destiny, free will, no free will, meaninglessness, nihilism, mysticism. I mean, what? Like, you always gotta have a good balance and duality, but at the end of the day, you always gotta tip over. Like, balance. I was gonna say balance being the fence between the two polarities. But at the end of the day, you always go to the good side. No question. Throughout the day, you always go to the good side. So maybe, I guess, just forget balancing on top of the fence between the two. The yin and the yang. I don't know, what's the yin, what's the yang? I didn't want to say positive and negative. It's not even like that. They're both positive. They're both negative. Happy new moon, trees. Are you ready? I hope you grow for many more generations. You're definitely gonna outgrow me. I pray that for you so much. I love you.